Hello traders, this is Mike with FXBattleground.com. I'd like to go over this pound dollar trade that we've been talking about this week. In the weekly update, we looked at this area, this upward trend line, as being an area to focus on before we wanted to go short. Now if you look here on the hourly chart, we had this bounce that we talked about in the most recent update on this pair, and then we had several hours bounce, 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 and this thing is really providing us with an area, a line in the sand, an area that we can say, hey, if this held 5, 6, 7, 8 times and now it's gone through it with a close, this is a substantial thing that we need to pay attention to. In addition, we're under the 20 MA. It just pretty much held it, wrote it down. This one little fakey fly up here was rejected immediately and then down through the tails. If you're an aggressive trader, you could have got short directly under this area. You may want to wait for something like this, or move down to a 15-minute chart and see this one little hiccup here back into the declining 8 MA. There's several places that you can get short on this chart that are aggressive, as after there's a break under here with a couple of closes. So that's not necessarily our style. We do teach advanced tactics that can get you in these trades when you know that you're triggered through your higher time frame trigger and you're just trying to jump and board a trend that's running away. But the next trade that we need to be looking for is going to be inside this circle. Trend lines have a habit of, once they become broken, they become retested. So I expect this trend line, this trend line to become resistance for this pair again. We have a declining 20 MA. We have this battleground area that's recently support in this area as well. So we want to draw these lines here and say, hey, this is our battleground area. It was support, it gave it up, and now it's going to become resistance. So you can see in this area right here, we have quite an area that we want to look for that is pretty solid. We have a lot of confluence. Things are coming down. Price is coming up. This is an area we want to look for, a bar signal, some kind of signal that gives us the permission to enter according to our plan. So right in this area is where we're looking. The only thing that we have to think about is going to be on the weekly chart. There is a rising 20 MA, and we're sitting right on it. So this is something that you want to consider, that maybe it's not in your plan, maybe it is. This is the biggest issue I see with this trade, that possibly it's already run out. It's run to the target, is gone, and now it's going to regroup and try to head higher after 3 bars down on the weekly. The daily is still overbought, excuse me. We do show a little bit of divergence, evidence of divergence here on the daily chart. While the price has spiked up again, the Elliott wave oscillator is level or declining in that area. So there's a little bit of evidence of divergence. We are down near this previous swing point. If we move up, then we may just take it on down to that previous swing before we test, or we may move up. So this trade is not 100%, but it is in a good area. It may be something that you put that in your plan as get break even as quickly as possible, get your perfect location, only take a perfect play, and get break even at the 1R area, so that you, worst case, come out with a break even trade. But this is the pound dollar, what we're looking for. This is not a recommendation. Trade your own plan. This is Mike with FXBattleground.com.